I recently made a video a while back talking about how people were making false copyright claims in my videos, or at least potentially false copyright claims, and I also mentioned that I might begin writing songs to play on pianos when I go out and play on fancy pianos. So I have finally done that, and I've actually written my own piece to play on the pianos for when I do demo videos in the future, and it's going to be pretty cool. And so I had to go get a copyright for the song because otherwise someone might steal it and call it their own or something like that. So I recently went to the US Copyright Office website and submitted a copyright claim for my song. And I also did a video of it and walked you guys through the steps of how to do it. It's kind of interesting. The website is a little bit glitchy and it kind of likes to break and it's kind of weird. So hopefully this video can help you. I definitely had a bit of a hard time with it. And I'm going to put a link in the description as well as the comments to this copyright office if you have your own song you would like to put a copyright claim on and to call it yours forever. So let's get started. Alright, so here we are at the website for the United States Copyright Office. Now this is what you're going to see when you click on the link that I put for you down in the description. So over here on the left we have a couple boxes that you would click on and enter in your user ID up on the top and your password down at the bottom. Now, when you first go to this site, chances are you won't have a user to log into. So what you're going to want to do is come down here, and there's a blue link that says, if you're a new user, click here to register. So you're going to want to click that, which I just did, and then it's going to give you a whole bunch of dialog boxes you have to fill in. You have salutation, what you prefer to be called, first name, your middle name, your last name, email, then your user ID and password, then you want to verify your password. Then you have a challenge question, which is used when you forget your password, and then an answer to said challenge question. And then I think there's a couple pages of that. If I don't think I can see everything. No, I have to fill in everything to go onto the next page. I'm not sure what the next page has on it, but it's stuff like this. So once you get your user ID and password, you'll probably be returned, actually you'll probably just be signed in. But what I'm going to do, since I already have a user ID and password, is I'm going to put it into these two dialog boxes, and then I'll see you once I'm logged in, and show you what you will find once you log into your account. Alright, so this is what you're going to see once you sign into your account. You have a whole bunch of options over here on the left that I'm going to go over in just a bit, and then you have some stuff that it says in the middle up at the top here. It just says Electronic Copyright Office. Underneath it says Welcome James. It would say Welcome you, whatever your name is once you sign in. It also says to disable your browser's pop-up blocker. I don't have one, but if you do, then you probably want to disable it. A thing for what's new, copyright tips, and then a thing here that says if you receive a notice for mandatory deposit, there's a link here if you need more information or help with that. Then down here you have a thing for open cases, which is when you make a register for a copyright, the case that you submit will appear here and you can go back and edit those and things. Now over here on the left, up here starting from the top, you have open cases, working cases, all cases, my company's cases, status definitions, search my cases, applications, and company's applications. So those are all the things that you can do. But what I'm going to take you through is right down here below that where it says in big red font here, register a work. So there's a little blue link under that that says standard applications, and you're going to want to click that. And then it says here a whole bunch of stuff here about starting your registration. There's a button right up here that you'd want to click on for starting the registration. And then it also has some stuff that it says underneath here. It says right here at the very top, the standard application may be used to register most works, including an original work, a derivative work, a collective work, or a compilation. So my piece would fall under the category of original work because it is original. Let's see what else there is. I think let's just go up here to start registration. If it says down here at the very bottom, if your work is eligible for the standard application, click the Start Registration button up here, which I just did. Alright, now once you decide to do that, you have a whole bunch of more options over here that you will go down, and once you fill all those out, you will be ready to fill out your, to submit your work for copyright. So here you have to select the type of work that your work is, and there's a whole bunch of options. You have literary, you have work with a visual art, which would be like a movie, you have sound recording, you have work of the visual, performing arts, motion picture, and then single serial issue. I think visual arts would be motion picture, movie. I'm not really sure how that works. But what you'd want to do is you'd want to click on work of the performing arts, even if
you have a sheet music, because it says right here, work of the performing arts includes the following type of works. And the top one here says a musical work such as a song, with or without lyrics. Now, in case you're confused, it says right down here, note, a musical work is a separate work from a recorded performance of the musical work, the sound recording. Sound recordings are works that result from the fixation of a series of musical, spoken, or other sounds, but not including the sounds accompanying a motion picture. So basically what it's saying there is there's different rules for registering an actual song versus a recorded performance of a song. And so since I'm registering like my song and the sheet music for it, I'm going to choose work of the performing arts, because that includes the song. Alright, so once you have done that, you will want to come up here to the top. Oh, there's also a box down here that says click the box to confirm you've read the description above and selected the entry. So you click that little box right over here, and then you go back up to the top and hit the continue button, which I'm going to do. And then you can see right here there's a little completed check mark in the completed box. Now you can skip around and do all these options over here in different orders, but to get the little check mark to appear there once you've filled out everything, you have to hit the continue button. So now it says here to give the title, or multiple titles, exactly as it appears on the work. If there is no title, give an identifying phrase or state untitled. To enter the titles, click New, which is this big button right here. And then after you enter it, click Save. So I'm going to click the New, and then it simply says, give only one title and title type at a time on this screen, and then click Save. So if you have multiple titles for different works, I guess you would want to do that multiple times. So it says title work, title of work being registered, and then there's a bunch of options. I would click title of work being registered because it is none of the other options. Then you'd want to enter the title of your work, which I'm going to do here. Probably should have hit save there. Alright, I entered in the name of the song, which appears right down here under title of work. And then since I'm done on this page, I'm going to hit the big continue button. So now the titles page is checked off, and now we're at the publication/completion button page. Now this page is pretty simple. There's only one thing you have to click on it, and it's this right here. It says, has this work been published? And then you have yes or no. My work has not been published yet, so I'm going to click no. Then it says year of completion/year of creation, and I wrote it this year, so I'm going to put 2018. And then there's a thing down here that says if you have pre-registered your work under 17 U.S.C. 408F, I guess that's some kind of like government code or something, and have received a pre-registration number beginning with the pre-prefix, give the pre-registration number here. I don't have that, and you don't mandatorily have to put that in, so I'm going to hit the continue button because I'm done on this page. Alright, next up is the authors page. This is where you just name the authors and who wrote the song. I'm the only person who wrote the song, so I'm going to come down here and click New. There's some information up here that you'd probably want to read. It says name the authors of the work being registered and give the requested information. Generally, the application is to name all the authors of the authorship being registered. So I'm going to hit New, and then you have a bunch of different options. It says up here at the top, give either an individual name or an organization name, but not both. It says that right up here with the blue highlighted text. An author is a person who actually created the contribution unless the contribution was quote-unquote made for hire, in which case the employer is considered the author. So now I'm going to put all my, my info in here. First, my middle, and my last name. Then it says here citizenship. That would be the country you live in. And it says citizenship or domicile, only one or the other. And year of birth and year of death are not mandatory, so I'm not going to fill them in. Obviously, I'm still alive, so year of death is not exactly, you know, required for me here. I hit the save button, and then it says the author created what exactly of this contribution. So I created the music. There are no lyrics to my song. It's just a solo piano piece. So it says up here at the top, check the appropriate boxes to indicate the author's contribution. If I did say the music and the lyrics, I'd click both the boxes. I only did the music, so I click that box and then I hit save. On this page I am done. It says here at the bottom, right here, kind of near the bottom, it says after you enter the author information, click save, and repeat this process for each additional author. There's only one author for my work, that's me, and I put myself in right down here. So now I'm going to come up here to the top and hit the continue button. One additional thing here, back on the authors page, there's a button over here that I forgot to mention that says add me. So when I went here to new and I filled in all that stuff automatically, I actually didn't have to do that since I own the account and I'm the composer of the song. All I have to do is hit the add me button. It automatically fills in everything except for the citizenship, and that's it, and then I could hit save. So that's another way to do it as well, instead of manually putting in the name. It says here, now we're on the claimants page, which is right down here. Please identify the copyright claimants in this work. The author is the original copyright claimant. The claimant may also be a person or organization to whom the copyright has been transferred. There's a whole bunch of more other things down here. It says right here, click new to add a claimant, or if you are a claimant and your name appears in the user profile for this account, click add me to add your name and address into the claimants list. So now I'm going to hit add me. Alright, here we are on the next page here. This is the limitation of claim page. So up here at the top here, in the blue highlighted text, it says, complete this screen to limit your claim if this work contains or is based on previously registered material, previously published material, material in the public domain, or material not owned by this claimant. Now, none of that actually applies to me. And so since none of that applies to me, it says right here, if your work, in this blue highlighted text, if your work does not contain any pre-existing material, click continue to proceed to the rights and permissions screen. So basically, there's nothing I have to do on this page because my song is not based on previously registered material. It's not like an arrangement or something. Alright, this is the rights and permissions page. It says here at the top, you may provide contact information for a person and or organization to be contacted regarding copyright management info or permission to use this work. Alright, now we're on the next page here. This is the correspondent page. This says at the top, this is the person the Copyright Office will contact if it has questions about this application. Completion of the name, email address, and correspondence address is mandatory. As you can probably tell, the little red asterisks right there next to a box mean that you have to fill that one in. Like the organization name over here, you don't have to fill it in because there's no red check mark. So I'm going to add myself to this and move on to the next one. Next page. Alright, now we are on the mail certificate page. This is the name and address to which the registration certificate should be mailed. So basically, once you submit your registration form, they will send you a registration certificate, I assume via snail mail, and then you'll get it in the mail. So I'm going to add myself to this page as well, and move on to the next. Alright, this page here is the special handling page. It says here at the top, special handling is an expedited service that is available only to filers who satisfy one or more of the compelling reasons below. Special handling also carries a significant surcharge fee, which I believe is $800. If you do not qualify for special handling service, which I do not, please click the continue button without completing the screen. I'm going to read over this just in case it applies to any of you out there. You have to click this box here if you want to require special handling. Then here it says compelling reasons, at least one must be selected. So either pending or prospective litigation, customs matters, or contract or publishing deadlines that necessitate the expedited issuance of a certificate. And then you have to click a I certify button and then an explanation for why. So I don't have to apply for any of that, but if you are working on a copyright thing and some of that applies to you, then you'd want to fill out some of that. So I'm going to hit the continue button since nothing here applies to me, and let's move on to the next page. Alright, here we are on the second to last page here. This is the certification page. It says at the top, the application must be certified by the author, copyright claimant, or owner of exclusive rights, or by the authorized agent of any of the preceding. And then you have a thing here that says US 17 USC 56E. Any person who knowingly makes a false representation of a material fact in the application for copyright registration provided by section 409 or in any written statement filled with the application shall be fined not more than $2,500. So basically all this fancy text is saying that I certify that I am the author, copyright claimant, or owner of exclusive rights, which is what this text thing here. So basically all you have to do on this page is click that box if you are indeed the author or any of the other above. Name of certifying individual, it's not first, last, and middle and all that different boxes, so I'm going to put my whole name in there. Like so. Alright, then down here at the bottom, first of all you have an applicant's internal tracking number, which is optional. I actually don't know exactly what that is and how it works, but it's optional so I don't have to click it. Down here at the bottom you have an optional note to Copyright Office, which is the place to give any comment specific to this claim, the application, or deposit copy if necessary. I can't think of anything I want to say, so I'm going to leave that blank and click on the very last page down here. Actually, I'm going to hit continue, because if you click on the next link, it's not going to put a check mark in the completed box. Alright, so after you pay for your copyright, it says here at the top, it says submit your works. To complete your submission, please submit the required copies of your work. You may, 1, upload electronic files if the work meets the requirements. Otherwise, you must send the work by mail. Do not do both. So now what I'm going to try to do is upload my files. Now there's some things here. It says it is a category of work that may be uploaded. It is an acceptable file type or an acceptable file size. And it appears that you can upload multiple files. So I am going to attempt to do that and then start upload. And they're uploading. Alright, it finished and it seems to be successful. This big green button over here on the right says to click here to complete your submission after uploading all files. The text down here is about sending your works by mail. As I said earlier, you either send it electronically or by mail, not by both. And so let's click this big green button, see what happens. Claim submission completed, no further action required. Alright, so there we go.
Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Like I've said, the website is kind of weird, and I found it difficult to do, and I probably could have used a nice little guide video like this. So hopefully, I really hope this helped someone out there. And after submitting the copyright claim, I found out that the Copyright Office can take between 6 to 10 months. For me, it's going to be 6 to 8 months because I uploaded my files digitally. If you manually, I believe, if you sent them in like an actual physical copy of your work, it could take up to 8 to 10 months for them to send you back a confirmation like, hey, you have copyright to this piece of work now. So you might not be hearing my song for a good half a year, unfortunately. And I'm probably going to write some other ones that I might not do copyrights on and just play or something. Like the little one I played on the video, the comparison, couldn't think of the word there. The comparison between the two German uprights, that little ditty I came up with myself. And so hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. As I said before, hopefully you found it helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.